For the latest top tips, reviews and advice, please subscribe below.
Hello and welcome to Attwoolls Outdoors with me, Mike. Today I'm going to give you guys a bit of a product review on a cracking full awning product from CampTech. This here is the Atlantis DL. So the Atlantis basically is a full awning, all season purpose, so you can put up at the start of the season, take down at the end if you want to, or leave it constantly up in the same sort of way. It's sort of actually CampTech's top range model when it comes to all season awnings. And CampTech, if you've not heard of them before, they are an awning manufacturer as well as a brand. So they make their own product to their own specifications, and yet because they're the creators of the product, it also means that they certainly can reduce a lot of the costs, making the price point of these awnings incredibly great value. So what you would probably look at something with like a Bradcott awning in comparison to CampTech, it could be potentially around about sort of a third of the price. You've got something like this that sits at the top of the range, which is very feature rich. So you've got something that's a great price point, but also, you know, as I talked about earlier, great value. Uses their sort of their 21RS sort of fabric, so it's an all season coated, really nice kind of material, but it's down to, like I said, the features involved. Certain things I love about this, the flexibility in the product. So you've got two side panels which can completely remove, but you've got sort of staged doors, and I'll take you inside in just a moment to sort of talk through a few more things about it. But also the functionality on the front here. So as you can see, I've got this one door open at the front here, but because the zips go sort of vertically as well as horizontally, you can actually sort of have it's 4 sections. So you can go sort of one section. That panel can then, if you wanted to, completely remove, so you have half it all open, or vertically you can sort of take that vertically up and give yourself there. Like I said, so if you want to, you can remove the whole front section of the awning, obviously even just the one steel upright, and then the 2 sides to make a gazebo. So if you've got nice weather and you're sort of away across in sort of Europe somewhere, you've got that sort of flexibility that you can sort of shelter against the wind, especially in the UK, or the wet rain coming in, or open it up and get a nice breeze coming through. Certain features in this which you don't see in sort of other models, and there's certainly one that sits below this, which is the Savannah to look at. But there's things like this all-season blinds. So there's little blinds tucked up in little pipes down here, which allow you to sort of get that level of privacy, or when you're not on campsite, that protection. Because they sort of go from the top down, what it means is you can kind of have it kind of halfway, tuck that fabric back underneath itself. So you've got a bit of privacy there, but have a bit of use as well. But the main thing is that the front panels is you've got great, obviously crystal clear PVC windows running throughout it. So you've got almost like a panoramic view on the inside when you look at it. Other things to sort of bear in mind is obviously the kind of small little details. Such things like the ability of the double sort of clasps. So all of your sort of locks for the poles internally, which we'll check out in a minute, have a 2-stage locking system. So that way you're not relying on a single point. You can lock down there and have a safety lock as well. Much easier to use than sort of the turns clips, in our personal opinion. And the same with the actual buckles that go press against the caravan. Extra nice bit of padding is there, really easy to use, so you're not going to have to worry about faffing around too much. As awnings go, to put up, especially sort of full awnings, which inherently are a bit of a pain in the arse, you know, generally it goes quite nicely. You can sort of feed it through the rail, get the centre pole sorted first, then work the left, then work the right, so it's not too bad. And again, the ability of removing kind of the front section to both sections on the side really helps to reduce the weight and yet making it a little bit easier to put up. You just zip the panels in afterwards. Like I said, walking towards the sort of left hand side here, you've got not only full mesh on both sides, which is something you don't get with Savannah, but yet again, you can open up, tuck it down behind there, your seasonal blinds as well. Multiple zips in there, so you can create a little veranda kind of scenario to allow a bit more airflow. Really nice beefed, oversized zips that way to get a bit more durability. You've got a small little doorway located here as well, so you can sort of slip in from the side if you wanted to, or alternatively from the back side. So there's no need to change one panel around to another. And you've got the extra clips you can buy for additional storm straps. So really, if you want to get real belts and braces, you're looking at 2 sort of storm down kits, one here, to belt it that way. And there's an extra one that goes on the front as well, just to give you an extra bracing sort of vertically down. Also located at the front here, you've got an extra mesh part, which we've got zipped up at the moment. So that can really help a good amount of airflow through the awning, making it sort of fresher and airy on the inside. Small other details, obviously you've got your ladders, which give you multiple sort of pegging heights. Little tabs down here, so if you want to put extra guy ropes on if it's kind of windy, we know what it's like with sort of awnings where we're putting full straps over, just to give a real bounce and brace if you're on a sort of windy spot. This works really, really nicely. Beautiful kind of curtain pattern and traditional kind of caravan style curtains you've got running throughout the model. But let's pick the camera up and have a little look inside and talk through a few other things as well. So, like I see, you've got a nice strong canopy at the top there, a bit more shelter against the wind, but also means when the rain's coming in, it's not going to come in through that top vent. Like this, the sort of the Atlantis DL model, so really nice and smart. You've got turnbuckles admittedly just for the canopy, which is just located there, but nice and simple and easy to put up. Moving on inside the awning, you can see that 240 depth, really nice sort of size. You can happily get sort of a bit of furniture in here, no problem, but it's that window scenario. The fact that you get a sort of a panoramic view all the way around, obviously when the curtains are up, and then so the mesh on either side work really well. We've got these additional lights in here which clip onto the poles, which works really nicely, and they've got a quick, easy frame system up there. So it's just all button clips, and then it's all labelled ready for you to go. So just makes that life a little bit easier. Other things to mention, obviously, is in terms of the sizes. So you can get this in numerous sizes, looking around anything from sort of size 8 to 22. I'll show you the clips, they're probably a little bit better in detail. Just located down here. But also it's got things like reinforced patches in the corners. So anywhere when there's sort of fabrics meeting the points, you've got a reinforced there. It's not going to rub and give you a bit more jip. But every single area's got additional double locking clarks. So it works out really, really nicely. Like I said, with the lighting, helps to sort of flood the awning with light away, because traditionally the caravan lights can be particularly useless, but works really swell. We tend to have kind of a little miniature model on display at the shop, so you can always come and look at that if need be. And yet again, it's something we can always send out to you, and stock of these tend to be pretty good, mainly because obviously the manufacturers itself, we have these in stock all the way you go. But there's other things, sort of things like you've got the bag systems are really nicely done. You've got a really easy bag with a compression strap to use, as well as for the pole bags. Traditionally talking, like I said, 25mm steel frame, so it's a strong frame system. And it's design purposes all season, something you have at constant use. But if you want to put it up and take it down and store it throughout the winter, you've got the flexibility to do that as well. Other things you can look at are sort of inner bedrooms to go inside of it, or annexes. So obviously the side panel here can be removed. You can add an annex onto the side of it as well. Also things like roof liners are a great way to sort of fight condensation, and also give it a bit more cleaner finish on the roof side part of it as well. So that's really nicely done. But any more questions or queries, do let us know, and I'll say, but we think in generally, if you're looking for something that's very well price pointed, but still does the job, you don't want to sort of break the bank, I think certainly the Atlantis DL really sort of ticks those boxes. But by all means, contact us directly and let us know what you think, if you've got one of these or how it goes. So thanks for watching, and let us know what you feel.